Hey guys, welcome to video lesson 2.4b, adding and subtracting equations using fractions. So all of these equations today are going to have fractions within them. You are welcome to use a calculator, but all the work I'm going to show you today is computation without a calculator. So I just want you guys to get used to how to set up the work and how to read it and look at it. But in the end, your final solution will be determined with a calculator, though I do want to see all your work. So have your outline ready, and let's begin with the next few examples I have set up. I do have 5 examples. Example number 1 is x minus 5 over 6 equals negative 1 over 6. So just as a quick reminder, our goal is to isolate the variable, and how we do that is by using the inverse operation. So my current operation is minus, so I'm going to use plus. So my variable is here, and what's happening to x, we're subtracting 5 over 6. So the inverse of minus 5 over 6 is plus 5 over 6. And remember, what I do to one side of the equation, I must use the equality rule and do the exact same thing to the other side. So on the left side, sorry about that. On the left side, if I can get this to work, negative 5 over 6 plus 5 over 6 are called zero pairs. And on the right side of the equal sign, I'm left with negative 1 over 6 plus 5 over 6. Okay, some of you can see it better this way. So since my signs are different, I'm going to subtract 5 minus 1 and get 4 over 6. Okay, and I can reduce 4 over 6 by dividing by 2. So I get an answer of 2 over 3. Okay, so take a minute, pause this page if you need to, and then continue playing on to example 2. Okay, in example number 2, we have x minus 4 over 5 is equal to negative 2 over 5. So our denominators are the same, so we do not need a common denominator here. What's happening to x? We are subtracting 4 over 5. So the inverse of subtract is adding 4 over 5. What I do to the left side of the equal sign, I must do over here to the right of the equal sign. So here on the left we have minus 4 over 5 plus 4 over 5. Remember, this is called zero pair, so those cancel out. So on the left side, all that's left over is x. On the right side, I have negative 2 over 5 plus 4 over 5. Okay, so since my signs are different, I'm going to do 4 minus 2 to get 2 over 5. So x is equal to 2 over 5. Here's example 3. So g plus 1 1/8 is equal to 4 2/3. So once again, I just want to direct your attention to the right here. Remember, our goal is to isolate the variable. How we do that? By using the inverse operation. So here is g all the way on the left, and we're adding 1 1/8 to it. So what I'm going to do now is walk you through the steps to finding the value of g. Are you ready? So step 1, g plus a 9 over 8 equals 14 over 3. So what I did first is I took each of my mixed numbers and I made them improper. Okay? So I took 8 times 1 to get 8, and then add the numerator to get 9 over 8. And over here I did 3 times 4 to get 12, and then I take 12 and add 2 more to get 14 over 3. So I just need to clean this up a little bit. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I need to do is find a common denominator. So I noticed that 8 and 3 are not like, So my common denominator is 24. So remember, whatever I do to my old denominator, I must do to the numerator to find my new. So 8 times what is 24? So hopefully you're saying times 3. So if I multiply the denominator by 3, I multiply the 9 by 3 to get 27. Okay, so one more time. Right now you guys have a new equation written out, but your numerators are blank. To find the new numerator, 8 times 3 gives me 24. So I'm going to take 9 and times that by 3 to get 27. Okay? So now, what do I do to my other denominator of 3? Here we go. To get to 24. Well, 3 times 8 is 24. So I'm going to take my numerator and times that by 8 as well. So off to the side somewhere, do 14 times 8. 14 times 8. Okay, take a second and figure that out. I'll wait. And you should come up with an answer of 112. Okay, so 14 times 8 is 112. All right, now that you have your numerators, we can focus on isolating the variable by using inverse operation. So G, we're adding 27 over 24 to G. So the inverse of adding to the variable is subtracting. So we're going to subtract 27 24ths to the left side and to the right side. Just cover some of this up, make it a little easier to look at. Okay, so I'm going to take these two here. Those are 0 pairs, so they cancel out. And then we look in here, and I have 112 over 24 minus 27 over 24. Okay, the easy part here is my denominators are 24. The numerators, take 112, subtract 27. Let's see, so 11 becomes 10, this becomes 12, 5, and 8. So we get 85 over 24. Okay, and now we're going to take that and just divide it out to make it a mixed number. Okay, up at the top here, I gave you the 24 times tables that you would need for today, just to kind of help you out and make the problem just a little bit easier. So we're going to take 85. Numerator always goes in. How many 24s in 85? Hopefully you see it goes in 3 times. 3 times 24 is 72. 13 left over. We're done. Okay, final answer, 24 goes into 85 3 whole times. How many left over? 13 out of 24. All right, that's a review of Unit 2 work. That stuff should have been the easy stuff. All right, there you have it. And finally, example number 5. This one won't take us quite as long. So we have t minus 2 2/3 is equal to negative 5 over 2. So the first thing I'm going to do is make my fractions improper. So 3 times 2 is 6, plus 2 is 8 over 3. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is find a common denominator between 3 and 2. So that would be 6. So right now you should have rewritten underneath t minus blank over 6 is equal to blank over 6. Okay, what do I do? Let me get my highlighter out. What do I do to 3 to get to 6? I times by 2. So I'm going to times both numerator and denominator by 2. So 8 times 2, oh my gosh, what's happening? 8 times 2 is 16. And again, what do I do to 2 to get to 3? Well, 2 times 3 is 6, so 5 times 3 is 15. And I just brought the negative over. Can't forget our signs. Okay, so I did negative 5 times 3 to get negative 15. Right. So now I have t minus 16 over 6 is equal to negative 15 over 6. Remember, my goal is to isolate the variable. So t, we're subtracting 16 over 6. So the inverse of subtracting is adding 16 over 6 to both sides. Okay, here I have my 0 pairs. So these two cancel out on the left. On the right, I have this stuff here. So negative 15 over 6 plus, sorry, that should be a 6, not a 16, over 6 plus 16 over 6. Since my signs are different, I subtract and get 1 over 6. All right, guys, well, thank you for watching. Bring any questions and all your notes to class tomorrow.